Hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing pretty good today. Took a nice break from Tabletop Simulator. So it's been a while since the last posted episode, which isn't even up on my YouTube yet. But anyway, I checked it out to remind myself of what I claimed, and I seem to recall saying something along the lines of fighting a lion god. Uh, I changed my mind, as usual, because, I want to play it safe. So the Lion God has 14 toughness, pretty much. I don't know anything about him. I didn't research him like I did the Dung Beetle Knight, but 14 toughness is kind of hard to break, even for the likes of the Vespertine bow and like the Zanbato. We have to roll eights. Eights and shit. And most of our people, besides Falcon, don't have strength. So I figured, well, Falcon and Ruto. I figured, we'll pass on that because it's hard to wound. Let's try the Dung Beetle Knight. So I set up the Dung Beetle Knight. Because he's 2 toughness less, and now that I have a full leather suit, I think we can manage. So let's go over the party, and then we can get this started. We're bringing the Moongus with us, of course. He is actually making use of our eye patch. So we've actually got a lot of strength tokens to give to him. Because he has the eye patch, which is giving him 2 because he's blind. And then the Monster Tooth necklace is also giving him 2 because we have 2 reds. Now, I don't have a way to complete the blue, at least not an intuitive way. So we won't be benefiting from the Finger of God's ability, but plus 4 strength. He has the Knuckle Shield just in case. He's mostly probably going to shoot his bow, and then towards the end of the fight, I'm going to hopefully get a hit in with the spear. I need to make sure he stays safe, as every single attack the Dung Beetle Knight does will be lethal. Very lethal. We get 4 departing survival, and then 2 for the dry Decanthus. He's also holding the cello, and yeah, I just want to double check. We are at 4 departing survival. So, Moongus is good to go. Bring in Ike, the boss man himself of Nintendia. I believe the Dung Beetle Knight, from what I remember observing, he has a ton of super dense locations, so I don't know if we're going to get in with the grand weapon. I'll try at some point maybe, but he's got the rawhide set on him. We're going to have 2 evasion tokens. He has the monster grease and stuff. He'll get the 4 survival for departing, 2 for the rawhide gloves and boots, 1 for the fecal salve. And something to note for this fight in particular is that he is stinky. And that's going to be important because the Dung Beetle Knight targets stinky characters. If you have a stinky gear in your grid, you count as stinky. I also took out the card Darkness Awareness. I'll talk about this once we get in the Showdown for a minute. Actually, yeah, I'll talk about it then. And we have Quixotic as well. We are insane, so we'll get 1 more survival for that and a strength token when we depart. I don't think anything else I have to keep in mind, but I need to keep his abilities in mind once we're actually in the fight, because I'm not used to these abilities yet. Next up, we have Mr. Dodger Man Falcon himself, wearing the leather set with the shield and the monster grease and the Flower Knight badge. So that's 3 evasion tokens from 2 from the grease, because we have 3 green, and 1 from the Flower Knight badge. So we're rocking 4. We'll get 2 insanity. We'll get tons of survival. When we gain insanity, we get survival for Peerless. When we just have survival for this and departing, so he's capped. And we have a consumable. We're Quixotic, so we would gain a survival for that and a strength token. So we're at a whopping 8 strength. And I have to remember that he's got headliner and champions, right? So he's all good to go. Last but not least, we have Ruto joining us at the end. Now she's going to be our luck build. I decided to equip her with the Riot Mace. It is deadly. If we critically wound, we can skip AI cards if she can do damage. Now the most luck I can get on a character is only the 2 luck tokens. One for having an instrument with the someone else with the cello, one for the lucky charm. She also has the cat eye circlet to help scry locations for us. So she'll mostly be support. And if I see an opportunity to get her in and do damage, we're going to try and get her in and do damage. Especially from the flank. But yeah, so that's the team. And we'll be ready to go on the hunt now. I just have to set up the hunt board. That won't take too long. We'll leave them as a pile of mess. The Showdown board's already set up, as the Dung Beetle Knight always uses the same setup. So for here, 2 and 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. Just keeping in mind where these hunt events are going. 2, 3, 1, 4, and then the rest of you are going to be random. And I may as well flip this one over. And the Dung Beetle Knight guy starts just before the darkness. So we'll put him right there. He's pretty cool looking. No model for him in the tabletop mod yet. I don't think it's been updated recently either. I'll have to check. I would think that it would automatically update for me. But I don't know. I might have to like look for a new updated version. Because I don't know if they added anything. But we'll stick with this one probably for the rest of the playthrough. Because I don't want to mess anything up. So anyway, let's get this hunt on the road. Amoongus is going to be first. We'll do a random hunt event looking for the Dung Beetle Knight. I did say earlier that even though this guy is touted as extremely difficult, and he is 84, and I'm worried about him, I don't think he's quite as hard as the Lion God at level 1. Maybe at his level 3 he gets more difficult. What are we doing? 84. We got that scribe's book again. Okay, there's a huge book in front of us. If we have pictographs, we can read it. No one has 3+ courage to begin with. And we don't have pictographs. You have 2. You have none. Okay, so we ignore this event. I think we get another random event. Roll again on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board if no one writes in the book. Amoongus, roll again. Get a 15 instead. Alright, man trap. The event revealer is sprung. A terrible trap. Roll on the table. Oh no. Amoongus, how did you fall into a trap? We just left the camp. Oh dear God, a 1. With a terrible crash, the steel jaws of the man trap cleanly sever your foot. Suffer the dismembered leg. Severe injury. Amoongus! You're already injured. Alright. We're off to a not so good start. Maybe I can get lucky and get that back. We lost the leg. We're now stump leg. Oh gosh. And he's blind. He couldn't see the trap with his one eye. Suffer -2. Permanent movement, can no longer dash. Well, that is a huge problem. It's a good thing I gave him the bow. This injury is permanent, can be recorded twice. If you have 2 dismembered legs, then you must retire at the end of the next showdown. Gain a bleeding token. Amoongus, no! You must survive until you complete the spear mastery. You have one job. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should try to get Amoongus. If we survive this, maybe I should try and get Amoongus a kid. So they can inherit his spear levels. Okay, I'll have to play it really safe. Good job, Amoongus. You sprung a trap. You couldn't roll higher than a 1, you idiot. Superfood. Find a curious stone face. It is ringed with overgrown dead acanthus plants. You may push the dead leaves aside. If you do, investigate. This is Ike. It's Ike's turn. Worst result, the Rainbow Beetle AI card comes into play. 4 to 6, we find some leftover goo, we eat it, gain a permanent speed. At the start of Showdown, the monster gains a permanent speed. You part the dry leaves and gain 1 rainbow droppings. Phoenix resource 7 up. I don't really want to give the monster a speed token. He's like a Kingsman. He already swings his basic attack, and many of his attacks are 3 dice. I don't want him to have a 4th. I'll just roll a random hunt event. I don't particularly care about Rainbow Phoenix poop. So we get a 77. 77. There's a sinkhole. Oh god. Gaping sinkhole suddenly opens under the survivors, revealing a swirling black pool of ichor below. Each survivor must roll 1d10. Lowest scoring survivor becomes a straggler. Every straggler rolls on this chart. Well, if I roll low here, I'm gonna be super upset. Apparently our team was not destined to go outside today. We have 2 stragglers. Does anyone have a rule like prepared or anything? No, you tinker. It would be between Captain and Amoongus. You only have analyze. Okay, 2 stragglers. Oh boy. Oh hi guys. I'm due for crits. I'm due for some crit numbers. What we got? We got a 2 and a 9. Okay. That's a 2. 2 to 4. The other survivors haul you up. Not before 1 piece of gear is sucked below the surface. Archive 1 gear from your gear grid. Oh man, I could have lost all the gear in my gear grid. Jeez Louise. Okay. Captain Falcon has to sacrifice something. If I sacrifice... Oh wow. I don't want to lose any of this. Monster Grease would be the obvious choice because it's easy to replace, but then I won't be stinky anymore. Which means he'll be stinky, and he doesn't have the shield. He has the shield. How can I replace the Flower Knight badge easily? How did we get that? Let me look at his rewards real quick. Okay. When the survivors defeat the Flower Knight, they gain the Flower Knight badge rare gear. Okay, so we could just get another one. If we wanted to fight the Flower Knight again. I don't know if I actually want to fight the Flower Knight again. I suppose we could. If I fought him, I would just make a bunch of the arrows, and we have his bows to shoot the arrows. Okay, we're gonna lose the Flower Knight badge. So where is the Flower Knight stuff? In here? Archived. That means I lose one of my evasion. See, I could do the monster grease, but I would lose 2 evasion and stinky. Against this fight coming up, I want Falcon to be stinky. Alright, we also rolled a 9. So if I had a 9, you drag to safety. Terrified, but unharmed. Wow, if I got a 10? Someone else clung to my feet. We could have got a random population increase and 1 brain event damage. Wow, that would have been awesome. Okay, that was a scary event. Could have lost my entire leather set. Wow, 77 is terrifying. Jeez, what a dangerous event. Who wants to lose their entire armor set? Practice dummies. You find a training ground of sorts. Roll 1d10. This is gonna be Falcon. Roll a 4. The marks on the dummies appear to have been made with a crude blade. If you have sword proficiency, gain +1 level. Otherwise, gain +1 understanding. Well, how about that? We happen to be sword proficient. Now we happen to be sword specialist. Cool. Grand weapon, Twilight sword. Why is Twilight sword? Oh, it's not. Sword. Okay, so we have sword proficiency now. When attacking with the sword after drawing hit locations, we make a wound attempt and then select a hit location to resolve that result. Oh, that's fine. Doesn't really matter when we're rocking a steel sword. But I suppose if he gets frenzy, then it might matter. Although he doesn't have natural speed. Okay. 1 more event, maybe? Depending on what happens. This is Ruto as the event revealer now. Get a 64. Hope it's better than 77 was. Stone fountain. A pair of cupped stone hands rise out of the ground. The hands hold clear, cold water, trickles through the stone fingers in a seemingly endless supply. Any survivor may choose to consume from the fountain. You gain +1 courage and roll on the table. Any survivor with the binge eating disorder must consume. If no one consumes, roll again on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. So if I got a 1, we get a brain damage. And if we had hemophobia, we would also suffer another damage. Otherwise, it's water refreshing. 9 up. The water is clean and pure, like none of the survivors ever tasted. Gain a survival. Well, this doesn't seem so bad. This is a free courage. So I guess everybody will drink. And that means we're getting some courage increases. You're bold. This is a hunt phase, so I know that they're going to get prepared. Okay, let's do the bold first. Because I think as you gain the courage, before you roll on the table, you would milestone up. So, hunt phase epiphany, or triumph. That's in sight. We get prepared. Amoongus got it, and Falcon got it. I'll get the card in a minute. Let's see what their result is first. Get an 2 4s. Okay, so both of them gain an understanding. Well, Falcon doesn't care about that. That'll give him the Explorer insight too. So we'll roll again for Amoongus. He got an 8. Insight. Hunt phase, epiphany, explore. Gain a permanent accuracy. Nice. Alright. So, with that, I need to get some abilities out. Prepared. Hunt courage ability. Need 2 of those. And then explore. Explore. Oh, I've been meaning to, I want to put these abilities on the top real quick because they're the most common that you get. So they should be on the top, so I don't have to dig for them. There it is. Well, I'll put that on the top after we copy it. So now we have the 6 core abilities on the top of the deck, which seems like the most logical thing to have been doing. And just leave this to the side for now. Oh, there's so much to keep track of. I'm going to do my best to keep track of things. So everyone's drinking from the water. Anyone want a 10? Udo wants a 10. Alright, so Ike got a 2. Hunt. What was the hunt event? Oh, I forget the number. It was the stone something. It was like 70? No, it wasn't 70. Stone fountain, 64. Okay. So 1 to 4. The water is clear until it passes your lips, where it turns to blood. You spit out the foul liquid, suffer 1 brain event damage. I don't think anyone has hemophobia. And instead of looking at everyone's stuff, who spat it? 2? You're the only one who spat it, so you suffer brain damage. That's fine. You don't care about that. Then we have a 7 and a 9. Oh, the 9 up is the thing. So the 7 was refreshing, and then 2 of them got a survival. Wuto and Falcon. Too bad Falcon's filled. Wuto. Oh, I forgot to add her survival. Now she was at 0. She shouldn't be at. If she's at 4, that's for departing. Then I forgot the rawhide boots and gloves because I know she should have been higher. When I made this party, everyone was definitely above 6. I think she's at 7. It's 4 for leaving, and then 2 for the boots and the gloves, and then 1 for right now. Yeah, don't want to miss out on my survival. It's very important in this fight. And Ike, now that he cannot... Who can't dash? Who broke the leg? Amoongus. Broke? No, dismembered. I was really hoping to run into the carriage guy to maybe heal a severe injury magically somehow, but oh well. With that, though, we're done hunting. There's a dung beetle knight in front of us. Let's go get him. Alright, encounter start. So, dung beetle knight. I have quite a bit to talk about with this guy. Let's get started by introducing ourselves to him with his story. There was once a lowly beetle that was hopelessly attracted to phoenix droppings. Their strange qualities evolved the beetle rapidly. One day, the phoenix migrated to a sacred grove, and the beetle's food came under the fierce protection of a flower knight. The beetle emulated the knight in order to reach its meals without incurring the guardian's wrath. Alright, so that is the dung beetle knight. Now his showdown's set up. He gets 2 stone column cards, 3 on each side in the order that I have them. We start in the blue in this weird zone, which is kind of lame. It's actually very lame. And then there's him, his dung ball, and a bug patch. So if you have the vermin disorder or vermin obsession, you're gonna be doomed off the bat for a while until someone can pick that up. which makes sense because it's his expansion is where Vermin Disorder came from. So with that, let's discuss why I was so afraid of this character. Although I am going to set up my characters like so. This is going to be a tricky fight. Alright, so we're set up like this for a reason. We'll go over it. First thing to note, there's a typo with the Dung Beetle Knight. His level 1, well, all his levels has a card called Prepared Tunnels. That card is actually called Ground Pound. I guess they did a name change and they didn't fix it on his reference sheet. But Ground Pound, he'll slam the ground, precisely altering his network of prepared tunnels. All survivors adjacent to the monster suffer bash. So he'll bash when he ground pounds. Then there's a flow. And after he ground pounds, the vibrations create a natural ramp. You move his dung ball 1d10 spaces towards the monster. On collision, if it hits any survivors, they suffer 5 damage to monster level hit locations. So, it hurts. The dung ball does way too much damage. You can get out of the way of it, though, with a dash. Ike cannot. Or Amoongus cannot, because he can't dash now. Then he has Baller. The monster spins the ball around itself with tremendous force. All survivors in the red zone indicated above suffer collision with the resin dung ball. So, I believe here, if he hits you with Baller, you just get knocked back. Or knocked down. Collision is knocked down and knocked back. It's not even bash, so you don't want to collide. And then he'll archive all destructible terrain in the red zone. You place the dung ball in front of him. So no matter what, Baller, let me reset my camera, he'll do like a 360 no scope, whoosh, 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 and then he'll end it in front of him. He doesn't do, like if the ball is behind him, he won't go up to in front. Like if it was here, he wouldn't go up to in front and skip this zone. No, he does a full 360, probably multiple times, and then brings it back to in front of him. Now, this is important because the very first thing that's going to happen is power forward. I'll go over the green X in a minute. But at the start of each monster turn, this is one of the things that the video I watched got horribly wrong, because they didn't do this at the very beginning. And I was just like, oh my god, you guys, how did you miss this? This like would have changed your entire fight. Anyway, he'll target the furthest stinky survivor. So that's why I didn't want to give it a monster grease. There's a flow after he picks his target. Then he'll turn to face you. He'll perform Baller. He'll move the ball 2d10 spaces through the target. Now, according to the rules, through the target just means it'll keep going past you. So it's going to like bowl you over. If it hits you or anyone, they suffer 5 damage to monster level hit location. So 1 in this case. And then he'll full move towards the ball. There's no flow in between him turning, performing Baller, and shooting it. You cannot dash to avoid this card. The only way to avoid this card is if you have a certain fighting art that you get from his innovation, which we lost to Gormweather. So that's why I was really afraid to fight him. I haven't had the time to prepare anyone. Now, I need to double check collision, because if collision says bash, then we'll be kinda okay, but if not, this is why shields are so damn important. And someone who can constantly take the hit. So I forget. Collision, collides. When you suffer collision, you're knocked down. Yeah, it doesn't say you suffer bash, you're just knocked down. So the ball's going to be running people over. And where was I? We're over here. This is going to happen at the start of every turn. Now, there is an X, green X here, and that's this card, Separation Anxiety. While the monster is not adjacent to the resin dung ball, he counts as separated, gains the green X. If an AI or hit location card has the green X, only apply those effects or special rules if he is separated. Otherwise, ignore them. So if he's separated, he won't do this. Thing about dung ball is we can spend an action to push it. We can push it 1d5 spaces directly away from us. If we're not fighting the dung beetle knight, it's empty. So apparently he fills it with poop. Otherwise, if you find it in the wild, you can just move it up to 5 spaces. It is an obstacle for us, so it blocks our line of sight. It is indestructible. That is some tough poop. And it is impassable. Takes up space. Now, the Dung Beetle Knight ignores the fact that this is an obstacle. The rulebook says he's such a master of his ball, it doesn't obscure his line of sight. He'll probably just jump on it anyway, because he does have wings and stuff. So, yeah. That's level 1 Dung Beetle Knight. So, without further ado, I don't have a tactics card to draw anymore. We can get started. He goes first. He performs power forward. He will target Captain Falcon. When he targets Captain Falcon, I'm going to surge and block. And that is a safety measure. I have to do that before he performs Baller, which he's doing now. So he'll do 360, put the ball in front of him. Then what you do is you draw a line. Alright, let me explain it like this. There's 2 ways this ball moves. One, if you're within a cardinal direction, so if he targeted Ike or Amoonguss, it goes straight and then stops as soon as it hits the board edge or a terrain piece. Although, it'll break destructible terrain and go through those. But if it was like, if there was impassable terrain here, like a giant stone face, it would stop and hit the stone face. I.e., I highly, highly, highly recommend you have Strategist and Stone Wall so that you can... he'll still target you, but if... I don't know, actually, if you had the Stone Wall, I think this would just go over top of the Stone Wall. Now, it might stop at the nearest available spot instead of in front of him. I'm not sure how that would work, but I can't test that theory out. So anyway, he does Baller. Is either forward movement or angled movement. You draw a line from the base of the center of the ball, and I'll try and be as vertical as I can. Go from the center of the ball to the target. And then you basically want to follow this line. So when this ball shoots at me, 2d10, it'll follow the path of this line. So it'll move like 1 down, then it'll move 2 down, because you can see, I can't point it out, but the white line is on the tile, on the space on the left, and then it will move 1 to the left. So you just follow a direct measurement, and then it will go down again, then it will go down again, then it will go left. So that's how it's going to move, following where the line's hitting on the tiles. So by setting up the way I did, it'll avoid the other guys. It's not going to hit Amoonguss. It'll just barely miss him. Now, let's see how far this is getting shot. And remember, the baller and him shooting it all happens in the same attack. So I could dash ahead of time to try and get out of the way. Or... see, if I had dashed ahead of time, I would have got lucky dice rolls. But if these went high, then he would have hit me no matter what. The last thing to keep in mind is when he shoots it angled, if it hits the wall, the edge here, it'll keep going along the wall, and it'll like roll along the side until it reaches its max movement. So he actually got a 6, which is maybe bad. I think that's bad. So down, down, left, down, down, left. Might actually be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It actually just stopped in front of me. So I won't suffer a knockback at the very least by it ending on my spot. Now the next thing that happens is he chases his ball. So he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's adjacent to it. And that is power forward. He makes a full move towards his ball. Then, I didn't shuffle these yet, so we'll do it now. He'll do his AI attack. So resin, ball, shot. There is a green X, but he landed next to his ball. So he's going to target the furthest stinky survivor. 1, 2, 3. The other stinky survivor is Ike. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to target Ike, unfortunately. Now, with this target of Ike, I have to... He's going to perform Baller. Amoongus is definitely about to get wrecked here. Tell you what. During this flow, I can cancel this card. It's going to cost me, but I think it's worth it to cancel this card. So I already used Falcon Surge during this flow, and I think I can do this. We're going to have Ike dash. Let's see if I get it back with the Rawhide. Okay, I lose 1 survival for the dash. So we're going to have Ike dash here. And then we're going to have Ike surge. Survival is very important in this fight. So don't fight the Dung Beetle Knight until you have a ton to spend. We're going to use our action to push the Resin Dung Ball away. So, 1... Oh, I didn't roll. We're going to push it. It's 1d5 for us. He gets 10s, but we get 1d5. So 1 space away. That's not good. That's alright. So now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have to dash with Ruto because I rolled. All I needed was a 3 or higher. I'll dash with Ruto. Let's see if she gets her survival back. She has the other Rawhide. We do get our survival back. So I won't subtract it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll surge with Ruto, and we'll push the ball further. So this is for the surge back. I get it to survival back. Good job, Ruto. Good job. And then she'll push the ball away. Okay, 4, so 2. So 1, 2. We roll the ball. I don't think the facing of the ball matters, but it's over there. Now we did that during his flow. So it's after he chose his target, which means he will not do the green X, I believe, and this card will fizzle. Because he cannot perform Baller anymore. Actually, he can still kind of perform Baller, I suppose. No, it's power forward, he chases it. Baller, he doesn't chase it. Where's Baller? Right, he can't spin the ball around him. So we fizzled the card. I'm pretty sure... I'm actually not very sure, but I think I did that correctly. So we burned a ton of survival just to dodge a disastrous situation. And now it is our turn to act. Alright. Who wants to go first? First thing that I'm going to do... We'll scry the hit location deck. Alright, we have a Century Carapace. iridescent abdomen, and a filthy gut. So, Sentry Carapace, this is one of the big gimmicks of this guy. He has a ton, I don't know how many, I didn't look at his hit location deck, but he has a ton of these cards. He'll get +6 toughness to wound this location. When attempting to wound this location with a club, shield, or pickaxe, you get an extra 2d10, which is awesome. So club, shields, and pickaxes are really good against him. Failure, this can't be canceled, by the way. So you feel hopeless, you lose a survival. If he was level 3, he would perform his burrow. I don't know, I didn't read what burrow does, but I'm going to assume it's super bad. So fighting a level 3 guy, and these can't be canceled, is probably really bad. And then, if you wound him, instead of wounding him, you archive this card, so you take it out of the hit location deck. You gain a survival. If you attacked him with the pickaxe item, you gain an additional 3 survival, so 4 total. And then he would burrow if he was level 3 beetle. So level 3 beetle sounds dangerous, but this card is super dense, and it's a special rule, so he can't be wounded from this location, which is annoying. And then this one is super dense. Before attempting to wound, he is separated. He'll perform ground pound, and then cancel the reaction on this hit location. So you would cancel the failure reaction, which is fine. And if we crit, we would get a Dung Beetle Knight resource, a strength token, spend 4 survival to cherish the moment forever, and gain a permanent strength. Jeez, I don't think it's worth it to spend that much survival. Then we have the Filthy Gut. He'll crush a keystone, move the ball 1d10 spaces towards him, and then cancel the reaction on the hit location. That's if he's separated. So if he's not separated, this reflex would happen no matter what. The attackers within 3 spaces of him are grabbed and smashed into the ball. So he's just going to pick you up and smash you out of his ball if he's next to it. Okay. I think with what I'm going to do, we want these 2 locations first to get them out of the way. Now, we'll leave them in this order. This is Ruto going. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have Ruto club him with her Riot Mace. It does count as a club. So let's get in there. 2 attacks. I rolled a 6 and an 8. Now the club hits on 5, and she has 2 accuracy, so the club's hitting on 3s. We're on his flank too. I get +1 strength to this attack. So 2 hits. We will roll for the carapace first. Let's see if we get a crit. Now I'm deadly with 2 luck tokens. So deadly is 9, 2 luck tokens will be 7. We crit on 7s. That was kind of a shitty roll. Alright, so no crit. Since we're a club, we get 2 more dice to add to the strength of our hit. So that's an 8. It's a 14. 15, 16, 15, 19, plus the weapon. Alright, so we're going well over 20. We're like 23, plus the 2, plus the 1 for flanking. He gets +6 toughness to this location, so 12 and 6 was only 18. We definitely wounded. So we'll gain 1 survival. Oh, right, I forgot. I said I was surging for this. Let me see. Because I scried with the armlet. Let me see if I get my surge back, and then if not. Okay, I don't get it back, so when I gain the survival here, I'll just leave it alone. We're still at 7. We would have went down to 6 and then 7. So that's a wound. This is out of the deck, and it doesn't actually cause a wound to him. Next card. Before attempting the wound, perform ground pound. Now, ground pound is going to cause bash on us, but ground pound, yeah, he does the bash first and then moves the ball closer. So we will fall down. And we'll just get the monster dice for this. I just wanted Ruto to get rid of the thing. So when you're bringing the ball back to him, it stops when it gets adjacent to him. I believe that's covered in the rules here. Can look for it again. Let's close the Flower Knight book. So there's a lot of details about moving this ball. Can't be moved into a space occupied by a monster. If it would, stop the ball just before the monster, ending adjacent to him. So yeah, ground pound just brings it to where it's adjacent to him, and then it would stop. So it would move to there. Alright, Ruto is knocked down. We got rid of one Century Carapace, and I only know what the next card is. What we want to do is get Amoongus to go 1, 2, 3, move away. Only has 3 movement, right? And he's going to shoot his Vespertine Bow single shot. I think this is a really good fight to go slow, because his hit locations have a lot of nasty cards. So we do get a hit. That's the wrong thing. We get a hit. He is going to do his reflex, but we're not within 3 spaces, so nothing will happen. We'll just shoot to wound. The Vespertine Bow. Ooh, almost got a crit. Get a 4. Let's see here. 4, 6 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, thanks to our strength coming in handy. So we will cause a wound on this location. And then I will surge with Amoongus. And we will do that again. Okay, 4 does hit with the single shot. Hits on 2s. Iridescent back. Turn your face directly away from the attacker, and he'll beat his wings. All survivors in his blind spot suffer knockback 7. Well, that's fine. He's going to knock Ruto out of harm's way, which is good. Do get a wound. Not a critical wound, but definitely a wound. So he'll do this. He'll beat his wings. Ruto's in a blind spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually fine by me. Get one more wound. That's Amoongus's turn. Ike. Now, Ike, I don't want to risk his thing. What we're going to do is scry. Actually, what we'll do first, 1, 2, 3. Nah, we have to do it from here. So we'll go here. We're going to push this dung ball away. I should have moved that dice, but we'll keep it. 6, so 3 spaces. Alright. And then Ike will surge. Let's see if we get that back. We do get that one back. Yay, Rawhide. We're going to use the headband to look at the top 2 AI cards. So first card. Do not perform this card. Instead, ground pound and basic action. Alright, and then Beetle Flight. We'll read that in a minute. His basic action. He'll target the closest knockdown survivor, which if he ground pounded would be Ike, so I'm going to have to dash now. Otherwise, he'll target Ruto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is in range to get to Ruto unless I pick her up too. I'm just going to be burning Ike's survival for this turn. after the knockdown survivors, the closest threat in range, which is what I would prefer he attacks. So that's a good one. Beetle Flight. When this comes into play, all survivors with 6+ courage are excited by the challenge and gain 1 strength token. Yeah, none of us are that veteran when it comes to courage. Draw an AI card. While this is in play, the monster gains 10 movement and 1 evasion token. If he has broken wings, he would fall pathetically and be knocked down. Well, I don't want him to do that. So we want this card. He's going to ground pound and then basic action. So here's what we need to do. First, we need to dash. Use our dash to get out of the way. I do get that back, good. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just stand here. No. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll stand here. 5. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to encourage Ruto to stand up. Alright, we lose that survival. Spending all our survival actions, though. Is there any reason why you cannot encourage? And then next one, the tab 2 strength, devastating 1. This time you wound a monster, each attack gain a survival and insanity. Alright. Cool. So Captain Falcon now, he's gonna go 1, 2, stand here, the closest threat in range. So we'll actually go 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to move up 1. No, 6. I have 6 movement. We'll move here. I'm gonna block. We're gonna surge. And we're gonna block again. And at the end of my act, I will use my leather boots ability to move 1 extra space. I do have 2 greens attached to the boots, so we can do that. Alright, so that's what we'll do. And that'll end our turn. Next up, monster's turn. He does not perform power forward. He will do a smash shot. Instead, he's going to ground pound. Captain Falcon with the leather suit ignores bash. And this does cause bash. So, no problems there. Leather suit too strong. And then he'll do basic action. So he'll turn to the closest threat, which was Falcon. We'll do 3 dice that hit on 3 ups that do 4 damage. Now we have 3 evasion. So they hit on 6s. Even with the fact that they hit on 6s, yeah, I wasn't going to rely on that. So we have 2 blocks up. We'll block both of those hits. We dodge 1. Glad I blocked twice. I have to finish ground pound. The ball's coming closer to him. It would have moved 10 spaces closer. He's in a straight line, so it would just go to here. And then the ball would have ended its movement once it touched him. And that would have been the monster's turn. Now, at the end of basic action, he does full move towards the dung ball, but he's already next to it. Okay, I should have moved him. I should have left him down here. That's fine. Our turn. Let's scry the hit location deck with Ruto first. So, Filthy Claws, Iridescent Helm, and Hidden Mandibles. One at a time. Filthy Claws. Monster performs ground pound. Okay. That's not so bad. Huh. If I got a critical wound, We would both suffer knockback 5. What if I did it with a bow? Or a spear? That doesn't make sense, but okay. That's interesting. Iridescent Helm. You hit with a club or shield, gain 4 strength when attempting to wound this location. Wound. If you hit with a club or shield, the monster staggers. It suffers -4 toughness and cancels the reaction of the next attack. Next selected hit location in this attack. Ah. Hidden Mandibles. Perform ground pound, then perform basic action targeting the attacker. This would be really good to break. I can't guarantee a crit with anything. So if I hit with a club or shield, he'll stagger, suffer -4 toughness, cancel the reaction of the next selected hit location in this attack. So if I ordered it Helm and then Mandibles, he wouldn't perform ground pound and basic action. We could get the Filthy Claw out of the way with a Moongus. And then we could do we could get Ruto in. No, it's her turn. So Ruto would go first. If she wants to dash in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can actually get in his blind spot and do that. Get the damage in. Now, I don't want her to suffer bash, but if she does, I can pick her up. I could pick her up. A Moongus has shallow lungs, so he wouldn't pick her up. It would have to be Ike or Falcon. I think it's worth it. So we'll do it in this order. I have a really high chance of hitting with these clubs. If I get in the blind spot, I think I hit on 2s. I'm fairly certain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll dash. Let's see if I can get that back. Nice. 6 up. We'll get that back. Rawhide armor being rawhide armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'll surge. See if I get that back. I do get that back. Yay, rolling. Good job, Falcon. Okay, 2 attacks with the mace in the back. If I could just get no 1s. Get a 6 and an 8. That'll be 2 hits, definitely. So we're using our club. We get 4 strength attempting to wound this location. So let's roll to wound this. We still crit on 7s. Speaking of which, we will get a critical wound. Oh shit. You know what? Getting a critical wound, we ignore the reaction, which is what I wanted. Okay, that's fine. We need it. Oh no, that's not fine. Unless I crit this too. So, Iridescent Helm, critically wounded. You break the monster's horn. Gain the Iridescent Horn, Dung Beetle Knight resource. Let's do that first. Is it just Beetle Horn? I'm gonna have to assume it's just Beetle Horn. Because there's only... Yeah, he's got a very small resource deck. So I'm gonna assume we got Beetle Horn instead of Iridescent Horn. It looks iridescent. You know, it's all glowy. And then he suffers Broken Horn. Oh! Nice! We critically wounded with our Riot Mace. So the next time he would draw an AI card, he performs basic action instead. At least we had that going for us. Can I get another crit? Almost. We do get a 6 though. So a 6 plus 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we will cause a wound here It's not a critical wound. We're one off. And he will unfortunately perform ground pound. So this doesn't move. It'll just contact with him. He ignores bash. She gets bashed. And then he'll basic action targeting the attacker. Unfortunately for me. Did get that wound in though. Did I remove a card for that wound? Alright, I just want to see at a distance. Beetle Flight should have been milled. Where's Beetle Flight? Alright, it was milled a while ago. I think we did it. I think we caused the wound. My memory is fading from me. Okay, basic attack against her. So, 3 dice, 3 up accuracy. I think it hits on 4s or 5s against her. We'll double check. It might be 1 miss. She does have 3 evasions, so hits on 6s. 2 hits for the dung beetle. We can dodge 1. Our head and our body. So this is going to be 4 damage. Alright, we'll dodge the head. Let's see if I can rawhide that back to me. I can. That was a really gimped roll, but I'll take it. And we'll dodge the head. We'll take 4 to the body. We're already knocked down, but we're okay. And I think I drew the wound, but if I didn't... I'm trying to think. Who caused the wound? Amungus got 1. She got 1 on the first turn, and then she got 2. No one else attacked. Right, Ike didn't attack. And Falcon didn't attack yet. I think I did it. I think I did it. I can't believe I forget. My memory sucks. I need someone here to check. Sorry, I like playing with friends. Everyone can keep an eye on each other. I actually think I'm just overwhelmed playing this game because I'm in the back of my mind trying to remember what all this shit does. Anyway, so that happened. She's knocked down, but she's okay. What we want to do is have Amungus now second. Oh no, that card... Since I had scryed it, I just want a reminder. He'll perform ground pound. This is a good chance for me to get in with the grand weapon. You know what? I just thought of something. I have to slow down. That basic attack, the basic action, was a reflex on the hidden mandible. I can't dodge the head. You cannot spend survival when you are the attacker. So we actually still have our dodge for the turn, but we have to survive a severe head injury. I'm fairly certain. I'm pretty sure. We do get a 7. So let's take care of this first. So I didn't use my dodge for the turn. We are blind. We lose an eye. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy. Survivor with 2 blind severe injuries gets -4 permanent accuracy. Retires at the end of the next showdown. Get a bleeding token. So we are blind now. Get a -1 accuracy. And the blind card. I think that is correct. I couldn't dodge that. Can't spend survival when you are the attacker. And that's a reaction to me being the attacker. So that sucks. It's not too bad though. She's alive. Do I want Ike to get in there? Who else has the rawhide? Rudo does, and her turn's over. I think Ike will get his opportunity later. Let's have a Moongus go. 1, 2, 3. We'll actually move 3 back. We'll shoot the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll shoot the long shot of the bow. And we'll just play it safe with a Moongus. So he gets a 4. We do hit with the long shot. It will be the claws. We'll roll the wound. Roll a 6. 6 and 6 is 12 right there. So that'll wound with all his additional strength. No crit, but we do cause a wound. And his reflex, he'll perform ground pound. He'll ignore it. Ike doesn't really care. He's not next to him. Rita's already knocked down. Amoongus, I'm going to have encourage Ruto, and then he'll be knocked down because he has shallow lungs. Now we're knocked down on our turn, so he'll get back up after the monster goes. Ike, I want to scry the AI hit location deck. Over the shoulder and backspin shot. So backspin shot, do not perform this. Oh, we critically wounded him. He's going to basic action because we got him with the riot mace. So he's not going to do either of these, but let's order them anyway. Do not perform this card, instead perform ground pound, then basic action. Closest stinky threat, field of view and range for over the shoulder. Target would have been picked up and thrown. Place him in the nearest tree space adjacent to the resin dung ball. He's just gonna chuck you at the ball. That's great. Backspin shot. He'll do his baller, he'll shoot the ball, and then the backspin causes the ball to move again. Move the ball 1d10 spaces towards the monster. On collision, any survivors suffer 5 damage. Wow, that would like bowl you over and then bowl you over twice. Shit. We can leave that on top. Over the shoulder doesn't seem too bad. It just does a basic attack and throw you at the ball. So that was Ike going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he's gonna 50-50 between attacking Ruto or Falcon since it's nearest threat. Oh no, it's gonna be closest knockdown. He's gonna go here. Nice. Okay, that's good. That's good. That is good. So Falcon, 1, 2. We're gonna push this ball. We get a 10, so we'll push a 5. 1, 2. Now it says 5. Move the resin dung ball 1d5 spaces directly away from you. I think it would roll off the wall, but I'm not sure because that's not specified here. Not collision, not collision. Did I skip a page? No. Knockback, dung ball, and other monsters. Moving the ball. Yeah, straight and angled. Towards the target, through the target. I think it would grind along the walls when you push it. It doesn't really specify. When you push it directly away from you. And I got the number, so I'm just gonna also do, because I think what would have happened is it would have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That would be directly away from me. So the ball's over there. Now, let me think. Before we end our turn, he's going to go after Amoongus. Basic action. Let's follow the line. Okay, he would move forward twice first, and then he would angle down. So he won't hit Ruto. He might hit Ruto on his way back. I don't have to block with Falcon, though. Falcon is going to... I don't know what the next hit location is. I could Surge and try and get the sword hit in now for the XP. If I hit the trap card, though... I don't know what the trap card does. Actually, I think I remember what the trap card does. It's pretty funny. And it's not the most dangerous thing in the world. It's kind of dangerous. It's kind of dangerous. I want to do it. He's also got more of these. I just don't want to hit the trap. And we went through 5 hit locations, 6 that are actually good. Like 6 hit locations that were pretty decent, 7. Oh no. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna Surge and attack. So we'll roll the hit. We get a perfect hit, so our sword will sharpen twice. Filthy Wings. So I doubt I'll fail. Because Captain Falcon has insane strength as it is. I'm pretty sure we auto-wounded. What does Falcon has? He has 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we auto-wounded. I got a 4. I would roll 2 more dice. No critical wound, but we do wound. So no failure, no crit. Oh, that's how you break his wings. We could have got some Elytra, whatever that is. We do cause a wound. And then we do get weapon XP for Falcon. I need to get in with the grand weapon and the spear at some point, if I can. He's got 4 HP, 5 HP left. Okay. We'll end our turn. Dung Beetle Knight will do basic action. He will not power forward. He's separated. He will go after him. He is the closest knockdown survivor. And it doesn't say in range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he doesn't move 8, 7. He would be here. And then he would fizzle. And then he would full move towards the Resin Dung Ball. She already dashed, so I don't have my dash for the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Would he go down? When? No, he would go straight and then hit her right where that crosses. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like 5, 6, 7. He actually ends his turn in us, so we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knock back 5 and collision. We're over there. Now that happened during his turn, so she'll stay knocked down. Our turn again. Amoongus will get up though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna move back 1, and then we're gonna shoot the bow. I believe it's safe to hit the trap, get a perfect hit with the bow at full distance. Alright, we got Century Carapace, so +6 toughness. He's at 18 toughness we have to beat. We got only a 2. I think we fail. So 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would have wounded him if it wasn't a Carapace. So we do fail to wound. We feel hopeless about it and we lose a survival. That's okay. I'm going to use another survival. We're going to surge and try again. Get a 3. That will hit. We hit on 2s. I am 9, right? Yeah, I'm 9. Another Sentry Carapace. So there's at least 3 of these in the deck. 2. We'll fail again. Lose a survival because we feel bad. Man, he would have burrowed twice. I wonder what. I want to look at it. Curious. Let's find out what a level 3 beetle would have been doing. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm really curious. So, burrow. The monster dives into the ground. Select a random survivor. Unless they spend 4 survival, they suffer 1 random severe body injury and the ruptured muscles severe arm injury. Then place the monster on the survivor, avoiding the resin dung ball. What? And he does that every time? You draw a Sentry Carapace? What? That's ridiculous. There's like 6 of these. Even if you came fully prepared with like nothing but clubs and shit, so you guaranteed to remove these from the deck, that's 6 times you have to spend 4 survival. I think we're close to the maximum survival limit you can get in the campaign. Wow. I don't know if I ever want to fight a level 3 dung beetle. Alright. Next thing we want to do. That was a Moongus. He failed twice. We're going to encourage with them. He makes good bait. And we'll pick up Ruto. Now that he's far away, this is actually kind of good. My doggy is barking. He doesn't ground pound when he does basic action. Alright, let's have Ruto go next. Let's scry the hit locations. Another Carapace. Swarm of botflies. First strike impervious. Swarm of botflies gushes out from under the Dung Beetle Knight's armor. Roll D10, adds your courage. If the result is greater than monster level +5, you boldly ignore the flies and archive this card. Otherwise, you suffer monster level brain damage and are knocked down. That's not so bad, honestly. Have to roll higher than a 6? We're averaging 2 to 3 courage on people. That's not so bad. I think we can get rid of that. Third card. Man. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has at least 5 Sentry Carapaces. Looks like we can't hurt him for a while. Alright, it's a good time for Ruto to get in an attack, and if I do critically wound with her on one of these, we can force him to just do basic action and not draw his AI card. So we'll do the 2 Carapaces first, try and eliminate them from the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are flanking. We'll surge. We will get that back, and then we'll attack with the Riot and Mace. Now, I did lose an accuracy, so I think I hit on 4s now. Get 1 hit. The 2 will not be a hit. So only 1. I'll double check. It's 5 plus the 1. So we hit on 4s. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't put that on top. Let me fix the ordering of these cards. Like, I flipped them this way, and I picked them up like so. Huh. I have to be careful. I have to, like, individually place these damn cards. Botflies was definitely 3rd. Anyway, we'll roll the crit, maybe, hopefully. We do not get a crit. So 2. We get 2 more dice for wounding this location. Get a 4 and an 8, so that's 12, 13, 14, plus 5 and 2, so plus 7, 14 and 7, 21. We beat 18. We'll archive this card. Will not cause a wound. Didn't cause a crit either, so I'll have to prepare for an AI card. And we do gain a survival. Good job, Ruto. Getting that shit out of here. Next up, let's use the Rawhide Headband and see what AI cards are coming. So we have Over the Shoulder, Closest Stinky Threat, Field of View in Range, Closest Threat, and then Shoulder Bash. So Shoulder Bash is only 2 dice. Closest Stinky Threat and Field of View in Range. Okay. Shoulder Bash doesn't seem so bad. Maybe I should have shot with him first. Use his bow to shoot. Okay. Well, I can't cause a wound, so we'll put Shoulder Bash on top. Seems easier to block and dodge. He will perform Ground Pound after it, but that's okay. She'll get knocked down. She has her dash action available. We can dash her out of the way. So we'll do it like that. I'll surge with Ike. We'll see if I get that back. No, we don't get it back. So we'll use our survival. We'll surge. I'll do the single shot. I don't want to hit 3 times and maybe hit the trap. So we do get a hit. It will be on the carapace. And we will roll. I don't even know if I can cause a wound here unless I get a 9. That's a critical wound. Thanks to the deadly of the Vespertine bow. So we will crit, we will wound, we will get our survival back. It doesn't technically count as a wound because it says instead of wounding. So I won't get the benefit for this ability, Abyssal Sadist. I don't think I will. At the very least. But good job. Got another one of those carapaces out of the way. That'll end his turn. Captain Falcon will get in front of him. Actually, in facing. Captain Falcon will just stand here. And then we'll block. What are the odds I dodge the second one? I don't know. We'll block twice. That way we'll surge and block. That way we'll be safe no matter what. So monster's turn. He will not power forward. We did not crit with the mace. He'll shoulder bash, closest stinky threat and field of view. It's in front. So he'll move 1 over. And shoulder bash. I won't roll the dice. No matter, I'll roll the dice. We blocked both attacks, so doesn't matter if he hits or misses. That misses. That hits. So we block the 1. Actually, you know what? That might matter in case the ball somehow hits me. Then he's going... Oh, before I continue, I was trying to hold it, but I need to take a bathroom break. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. And then we'll ground pound. I just need a quick minute. Hey, I'm back, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I went downstairs and got in conversation with my mother about stuff. I was thinking I would just edit this, but for the sake of preserving authenticity, I'm only going to leave, instead of making a separate part that to me would seem suspicious in a game like this, where I could just keep recording until, good stuff happened. I figured, no, we'll keep this. Do or die. Anyway. So I'll just have a jump back to this location. I believe this guy is about to ground pound, because we blocked his thing once. We have one block left. We want Ruto to dash out of the way, so let's do the dash. Oh, and I feel so much better. I don't know if you guys could tell my voice, but I was getting kind of hurried there. I can slow down now. We get our survival back. So I am going to dash. We'll move 1, 2. We'll just move to here. I'll do 3, 4. Yeah. So he'll ground pound. He ignores bash, the monster dung ball. Once Tabletop Simulator stops auto saving, we'll only move 2 spaces closer. That's all it needs. So monster dung ball is back in the zone. And that was the Dung Beetle Knight's turn. 4 cards left, 5 HP. He'll get up. He was knocked down for encouraging. And it is our turn. Let's start with Ruto. Scry the hit location deck, right? Bot flies. Side of the resin ball. Discard this, draw a new hit location if he's separated. Otherwise, the monster guides the attack into the side of the resin ball, making a demoralizing echoing sound. Unless you're deaf, you lose all positive attribute tokens and monster level survival. Okay. Seems annoying. Two bot flies. Alright. It seems to me I should get rid of these cards. Do you have any speed on you? You do not. What is your accuracy? 6? So you hit on 5s? Okay. What's your courage? 2? So I'd have to roll a 4 or higher to not get knocked down. We have plenty of brain damage we can take. Alright. We'll leave them in this order. Let me place them slowly, as right click to pick them up seems to mix the order up often. Ruto will move there, and nah, she'll stay put and chill. That's fine. I'll surge with Ruto, actually. Let's surge with Ruto. No, I don't need the Rawhide yet. There's only 1 card left. Don't matter. I should have paid better attention to what it was, so I don't remember. Ike will go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna shoot the Vespertine bow. So 3 shots, hits on 5s. If I could get at least... No, not Ike. Ike's not going yet. Captain Falcon's going first. 1, 2. We're gonna push this ball away. Get this ball away. Get this ball away. Get a 6. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Over there. And then I will surge and block. Alright, now we'll shoot the bow. Okay, we get a 9 and a 9, so 2 hits. So that'll be the bot flies to both first strikes. So 1 bot fly. We'll roll to do the thing. We do get a 9, so we'll beat 6. We'll ignore this card and archive it. So that's 1 bot fly gone. Is that the first one that we've seen? So there's 2 of these cards at the very least. Let me just... There we go. Group those. See if we can ignore the second one. We get a 2, so 2 and 2 is not enough. So we'll take 1 brain damage and be knocked down, which is fine. Oh, and this doesn't get archived. This goes back. Getting low on this deck here. Where is the card? Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll move 1 forward. We'll shoot the Vespertine bow once. Do get a 10. So we discard this card and draw a new hit location since he's not next to his ball. Untrained parry. Wound attempts on this location fail unless the wound result is critical. Full move towards the attacker. If the monster is adjacent to the attacker, they suffer bash and knockback 7. Okay. Can we get a 9 or a 10 here? Be great. Get a 2. So that's a failure. So full move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's over here. And he's not adjacent to us, luckily, so no bad effects. We just get rid of a parry card. Guess he got that from the Flower Knight. He's a mile away from his dung ball. I don't know what his AI card is going to be. This might be bad. I hope he goes after a stinky survivor or knockdown survivor. Okay. We'll end our turn. So the beetle will not power forward. And I have to remember he has a broken horn. Over the shoulder. Closest stinky threat field of view in range. That's nobody. So closest threat will be Amoongus. Okay. Amoongus is going to be taking a beating here. And that is not good. What can I do? Oh, closest threat? Okay. Then, during the flow of this card... No, it doesn't matter. He picks the target first. I was going to encourage with him. He would get knocked down. Oh, I wish I knew this card was coming up. I could have done it in advance. It's too late. He's a threat. What does defense spit salve do anyway? Haven't seen him do that yet. There any put an archived Century Carapace hit location card back on top of the hit location deck. The monster flies back to its ball. Place it. Oh damn, he just insta goes to the ball. With the ball in his blind spot. Okay. Well, Moongus is fucked, as far as I can tell. Do get a dodge. We have no evasion though, and we do have a dry Decanthus in case of emergency. So, Amoongus is getting over the shouldered. He's gonna get fucking thrown across the board. The fucking tongue ball. Oh man, unless these are all 2s and 1s. That's 3 hits. Triple 9s. Wow, that's bad. Okay. Moongus, hang in there, buddy. I need you to not die. Foot, body, head. Obviously, we dodged the head. Next thing I want to do is, I guess, just roll for the foot and the body. So we'll do the body. Severe injury. We get a 10, so we'll just be knocked down. I'm pretty sure a 10 on all of these is just knocked down. Do belly up. So that was the body. And then the legs. Legs we get a 3. Is that just bleeding? Bleeding. 2 bleeding tokens. Okay, that's fine. Actually, he needs to bandage himself. So, that occurred. I'm just checking his stuff here. Alright, so he's fine. He gets leg damage. The dog's barking for no reason. Actually, there's a dog outside barking. Woo, 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 woo. As Ryu Ketsukodo will say. I like watching him play games. He does his dog bark all the time. Anyway, Moongus surviving. Let me see if I can make her stop. Come here, you. Our turn to go. Ike will get back up. He's knocked down by bot flies. Amoongus is down, though. Let's scry the hit location deck. That trap hat. Oh, right. He was thrown, too. Let's do that first before I scry the hit location deck. He's not okay yet. Because he's getting thrown. In the nearest free space adjacent to the resin dung ball. It is a place, so it's not getting tossed in a straight line, but he's like whoosh all the way over there, throwing at the damn ball. He collides with it, suffers 5 damage to 1 hit location. I already used my dodge, so we're not necessarily alive yet. We actually might still be dead. Our arm. We get a 7. 7 for the arms. Back. Broken arm. Ear shattering crunch. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy, -1 permanent strength. Oh, another bleeding token. I almost forgot to do this, but we're still alive. Oh man. Moongus, hang in there. You lost your leg, you lost your arm. Okay. He's alive. He is alive. He is alive. Now it's our turn. Now we're gonna scry. So, iridescent breastplate. The side of the resin ball again. I guess there's 2 of them. There we go. Slam dunk. All survivors are doomed. He'll full move directly towards the attacker, and then if he's adjacent to the attacker, he'll pick him up and leap high into the air. The monster will land next to the resin dung ball and slam the attacker inside. He placed the monster in any space adjacent to the ball. The attacker suffers 5 damage to 1 hit location and gains the Smell World Survivor status card. Well, it's 2 monster level hit locations. So Smell World is over here somewhere in there. But he has to be adjacent to you. He does doom everybody. So you can't dash. This is why the bow is so fucking good. You need to be able to beat 7 movement range. I think the only thing that beats 7 movement range would be like a blue kid with a ranged weapon or the Vespertine bow. It's the only thing that goes that far. The still shot. So that's coming up. Which means I can try to do these two and get rid of them. No, I can't. I don't want to hit this. The side of the resin ball. So we'll just put the one good location. I may as well just trigger the trap and get it over with. So we'll put the trap on top. So we need to reshuffle this hit location deck. Ruto will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. Actually, no. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. We will encourage Amoongus to get up. We will keep our survival and then end our turn. Amoongus will bandage himself. And then 1, 2, 3, limp over to here. End his turn. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come over here. We'll shoot the bow. Single shot. We do hit, so we will hit the trap. Slam dunk. Everyone's doomed. Now, when when Captain Falcon gets doomed, he's a headliner. So we're going to choose to gain a survival or the priority target token. Oh no, or strength token. We want the survival. Everyone's doomed. Full move directly towards the attacker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just one space away. I guess he'd be up. And he's not adjacent, so the rest of this will fizzle. Yeah, you don't want to be close to this guy when the trap goes off. Now, I will surge with Ike. Let's see if I can... Oh, no, there's no point in surging with Ike. This is going to be a random AI card happening. You know what? I'll dash with Ike. We'll dash. Okay, I don't get that back. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll surge. We'll see if I get the surge back. We'll get the bug patch while I can. Now I'll lose it, and then we'll roll for the bug patch. Do get a 3. So the insects scatter, leaving their meal behind. Gain 1 random basic resource. Archive the terrain. No vermin, but we'll get a basic resource at the very least. Get a monster bone. Alright. Oh, I didn't go over darkness awareness, but it hasn't come into effect yet. Since I'm thinking about it, I'll read the card. So, Spiral Ganglia, at the start of the showdown, you gain darkness awareness. Whenever a survivor gains a disorder, you get 1 survival and place a synapse token on this card. When you have 3 synapse tokens, you remove Spiral Ganglia from everybody. And then another survivor of your choice. So I would assume not Ike, because he would be the card that's moving it, and it says another. Someone else would gain the Clarity of Darkness, Secret Fighting Art. And then you archive this card. And then Ganglia would have been gone. So, very interesting disorder. Now, let's see. What was I doing? Alright, I surged into Did the thing with him. She's done. Amoongus is done. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Falcon. He's gonna block. We'll surge and block. Because I don't know what attack is gonna come. And then at the end of my act, I'll move one up. Alright, so monster's turn. He will not power forward. Resin ball shot, so he will ground pound and then basic action. Basic action will be the closest threat in range. That will be Falcon. Good. Ground pound gets a 1, so the ball will move forward. A 1. It's nice and separated from the ball at the moment. Although basic action, he's going to move towards it. So there's that. So, basic action. Move and attack the closest threat, which is Falcon. I didn't use my dash yet, so I will be able to dash out of the way. 3 dice. Hits on 6s. I just need 1 to miss, because we did surge and block twice. So 1 miss, 2 miss, 1 gets blocked. We do have the second block good to go. And then he's going to move towards his ball. So we will dash with Falcon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll move here. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, towards his ball. Okay. It is our turn. We just have to take it easy. We're almost done with this fight. I have a chance to get in with Amoongus here with his spear. But man, I don't want him to get hit. 1. We're going to go Rudo first. 1, 2, 3. Side of the resin ball would get discarded, draw a new location. Iridescent back. Turn the face directly away from the attacker. The monster beats its wings. If you're in the blind spot, you suffer knockback 7. We don't have pottery innervated. Shucks. And then the filthy gut. He'll crush a keystone and move the ball towards him. Cancel the reaction on this hit location. Cool. Otherwise, if you were within 3 spaces, he would attack you. So what I can do is get in with the sword. No, we'll take it slow still. If I get in with the spear, I could cause 2 wounds with the spear. I could go in with her. No, let's go in with the spear and just take it nice and easy. We can definitely use Falcon to block another round of attacks. So we'll do these 2 first, because neither of them matter. And then the side of the dung ball. Which, if I'm lucky, I can hit the side of the dung ball from a distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll move there. So then the Amoongus, 1, 2, 3. That's his full move. We will use our Finger of God. Now let's see our stats here. We hit on 5s. We do roll 3 dice, so this could be a little risky if all of these hit, but we are spear specialists, so if I hit the trap, maybe I can get lucky and ignore it. We're going to take the chance. I really want this. Now's the best chance for me to get it. Just miss 1. Miss 1. Miss 2 if you want. Okay, we missed 1. Do get 2 hits. The Finger of God. So now I just have to wound. Alright. So we'll do the Filthy Gut first. He is gonna crush a keystone after we roll the hit. So we get a 6. 6 and 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14. So we do cause a wound. We will get that spear XP if we don't die. And let's get rid of a card. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? No, we don't have that effect. I think we're good. And then he'll crush a keystone. I'll just roll this dice. So the ball's moving 4 spaces towards the monster. 2 will be right here. And then this is gone. Next up, the iridescent back. I'll roll the wound. Do get a 9. I don't suppose you have a luck. No, you don't. This isn't deadly. So we do cause a wound. 2 wounds. Doing good. He'll beat his wings, but we're not in his blind spot. So no problem there. And with that, what I'm going to do is surge and block with the knuckle shield. Okay. Next up, Captain Falcon is going to move here and push this ball away. Gets a 3, so only 2 spaces. 1, 2. And then we're going to surge. Running out of surges on him. We'll block once. Ike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we're going to move up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to actually shoot the bow. Since we're 9 away, I'm not worried about the trap. If I roll into that, we do get a 2. 2 hits. 2 hits. 6 and plus 4 is 2. Plus 1. So, do get a hit. He's not next to his ball. Maybe this was too risky. Alright, we get the swarm of bot flies out of the way. So if he hit a keystone again, that would have been a problem. But the bot flies are going to get us. Take a brain damage. We're knocked down. That's alright. It's actually not alright, because that's everyone's turn. I was going to look at the AI cards, but oh well. Beetle's turn. He will not power forward. Separated over the shoulder. Alright, good. So he's going after Falcon. 3 dice, hits on 6s. We have 1 block up. Can we dodge? We dodge 1. We dodge 2. We block that. So no problem. We take no damage. After damage, he did no damage, so I don't believe we get picked up and thrown. And we will not collide with the ball. So luckily for me, that's done. Alright, this is my opportunity to kill this bastard. So it's our turn. Ike gets up. Ike will go with Ruto. Ruto will go first. Right, we have a Century Carapace, Century Carapace, Filthy Wings. I am going to leave it in that order. Make sure I stack these appropriately. Let's go for the kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to surge and attack. I really hope I don't hit the trap. I'm getting greedy here. Do get our survival back. Let's attack with the Riot Mace. We're on the monster's flank. Do get 1 hit. Get 2 hits. Good. So that's both of these things. We'll roll the crit, the first one. We do not crit, so we get 2 bonus dice to wound it with our club. Ooh, good 9. That 9, that's 15, 16, 17 plus the 5. We definitely beat 18. So this card is gone. We gain a survival. Man, she's got like a net gain of survival in this. Alright, second one. Can we crit? Can we crit? We crit! We actually finally crit. So that'll be gone. He can only basic attack on the next turn. We gain a survival. Alright, here's where this is worth all the marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll dash. Let's see if I get that back. So this is our chance to get in with the grand weapon. I don't get that back. Do the dash. We're in the blind spot. Okay, this is it. This is it. Sanbato. There's no vulnerable spot in his thing. We do get a hit. It is going to be the filthy wings, so we'll roll that Zanbato. I just want to cause a wound here. Roll high. 5. 5 and 6 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. We just rolled the lowest number. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy. We are devastating. Oh, right. I should have said that I was going to do Fated Blow. Oh, I didn't. It's okay. I don't think Devastating 1 and Devastating 1 stacks. I think it would still just be 1 extra card. So we do 2 wounds. That'll be both of these. Now, he will turn the face directly away from us. Oh, that's if we failed. So he won't do that. He has 1 health left. I am going to Surge with Ike. We're going to roll to get that back. I didn't mean to click the button down yet. Because, yeah, we get that back. We're going to shoot the bow. But we're going to only single shot it. We're going... Oh, right. We gain a survival. And an insanity the first time we wounded him. And then I'm going to Fated Blow this attack. So we have Devastating. We have 2 additional strength. We're in the blind spot. We have 1 accuracy. So we hit on a 4. This 1 shot. We hit on a 4. And this is the bow. So we do cause a hit. And if it's a super dense location, which this one gets discarded and replaced because the resin ball is not near him. Good. Alright, before attempting to wound, perform ground pound. God damn it. Alright, that's okay. So he'll ground pound. And it doesn't matter what he rolls, the ball will stop in front of him. 10 spaces, so it'll stop here. Fucking ground pound. That'll cancel my attack though. Oh, I don't want to hit the trap. I really don't want to hit the trap. I think I have to be patient. Alright. Let's be patient. He's going to basic attack the closest knockdown survivor. Maybe I shouldn't be patient. And I should just kill him. Captain Falcon. Wait, we got a wound with the grand weapon, so... Captain Falcon. Steel sword. We roll a 2. Captain Falcon will surge. Steel sword. Come on, Falcon. All you gotta do is hit this. Roll a 3. That's no hits. And that's my surge used up. How's that -3 accuracy? We were hitting on 7s with that sword. fat chance, I guess. The last hope is a Mungus to cause a wound with the bow. And hopefully not hit the trap. If I hit the trap, we're so screwed. Alright, Amoongus, for all the money, you gotta get the kill. 1, 2, 3, 3 only. Captain Falcon, while he's here, we will encourage Ruto to get up. Because when he does bowler, if I miss this shot with Amoongus, or if it's a bad hit location, we hit, I'm gonna need to be able to run. Oh, we get a good location. I just have to roll a wound. All we have to do is roll a wound. Get a 5. Is that enough? I think that's enough. Because he has +3. 6 and 5 is 11. Yes. That'll be a wound. And Amoongus will kill the Dung Beetle Knight. Oh man, I got desperate at the end there. That was scary. Whew. Okay. Let's move on to rewards. Good fight, guys. Good fight. Amoongus only broke his arm and suffered dismembered leg during the hunt, but good fight. We actually beat Dung Beetle Knight. So just playing smart, being able to scry is very important in this fight, and being able to hit from a range to dodge the trap. I would say almost essential to fight the Flower Knight and get the bow before you fight this guy. Alright, 1 hunt XP, 1 weapon proficiency, plus rewards. Let's do that first. So, hunt XP, 1 away. Actually, I think I'm going to Nightmare Train him. Hunt XP. He becomes a specialist of the Grand Weapon. So we'll find out what this does. Our boss man, Ike. When attacking with a Grand Weapon, gain 1 accuracy. When attacking with a Grand Weapon during your act, if you critically wound, the monster is knocked down. Nice. Alright. 1 hunt XP. He reached age 2. I'll do that in a second. And she reached age 1. She can choose a weapon proficiency. I don't think she gains a weapon proficiency. Gonna make her a club master though. Master of the club arts. Alright, so we'll do Falcon first. Age 2. We'll do Ruto, age 1. Falcon got 9, 10, 15. So 15, 1 permanent strength. Jeez, Falcon, you don't even need permanent strength anymore. Rito, 17. 1 permanent accuracy. That's nice. Accuracy is always good. She got her accuracy back for being blinded. And now she can wear an eye patch too and be a badass as well. How about that? Alright, so that was all the XP, I think. Next up, rewards. The group investigates the large resin dung ball and the network of tunnels beneath the battleground. Inside the ball, they find a caustic but mineral-rich substance. Rolling aside the ball, they find passageways leading deeper underground. After collecting rewards, spelunking of death. Oh no, please no. I don't want anyone to die. 6 basic, 4 dung beetle knight, 2 caustic preserved dung. Strange resources. Let's get that first. Caustic preserved caustic dung. They have it written backwards from what it is on the card, so I'll just copy it twice. We'll put that back in there. There should be 2 of those. Yeah, it's right there. I'll keep in mind we got 2 of these out of the strange resource deck. 1, 2, oops, 3. Alright, give someone an insanity. Give it to... yeah, we'll give it to Rito. 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's copy these. Group them up. Leave them to the side. And then 4 dung beetle resources. I think. Yep. Where is his thing we took? Did I not copy paste his horn? So I'm pretty sure there was 11 of these cards. Let me make sure. Yeah, the horn's not in here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got stuff. Dung beetle stuff. Alright, those will go on the side here. Now, we're not done yet. After rewards, Spelunking of Death. Let's go find out what that is. Okay. Spelunking of Death. The group investigates the monster's network of tunnels and are inspired by the rich vegetation. If your settlement does not already have it, gain the subterranean agriculture innovation. Nominate up to 4 victorious survivors from the last showdown to be spelunkers. So 1 at a time, each spelunker rolls 1d10 on the table below. If we roll a 1, I see we die. Hold on. What are we getting? We'll do 1 thing at a time. Subterranean agriculture innovation. It's probably in the deck still, right? There it is. Subterranean agriculture. So we have build. We can make a wet resin crafter. And then story or endeavor. Black Harvest is not on the timeline. Underground, so. If Black Harvest is on the timeline, you may spend 1 preserved caustic dung to increase its rank by 1 to a maximum rank of 3. Limit once per settlement phase. Okay. So Spelunking of Death. Let's see. This is like very backwards. If we get a 2, 3, or 4, we find the remnants of an abandoned resin dung ball. Gain a preserved caustic dung beetle night resource. If you have a pickaxe, you find a corpse clutching something tightly to its chest. And gain 1 skull and 1 iron. Otherwise, gain a courage. We don't have a pickaxe. Beneath the passage of bones, you find a secret entrance and are compelled to attempt the trial of valor. If this, we roll 1 or 2, your corpse is incinerated. Archive your dear. Okay, well, 1d10 adding half your courage. Alright. So, 3 to 7, you fail but master your fears. You gain a courage. You fail but grow stronger. You gain a strength. You pass and may attempt the trial of wits. Roll 1d10. Adding half your understanding. On a 1 to 7, you die. Oh god. On an 8 to 9, you fail but feel an unseen gaze. Gain a permanent luck. On a 10 up, you would gain a hidden crimson jewel, rare gear. The settlement already has it. Gain up to 3 fighting arts of your choice instead. There's a voice only you can hear. Flood your mind with knowledge. This seems way too risky. Rounded up, half of understanding. If Captain Falcon did this, half of his courage rounded up would mean if I rolled a 1, I would get a bonus. Half of 3 is 1.5. So we would have 2, so he won't die to the courage trial. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 9. So half of 9 rounded up would be 5. 4 and 4 is 8. It'll be 4.5. So 5. If I rolled a 1 or a 2, I would die if I made it to the trial of wits. So I'd have to roll 3 or higher. Is it worth it, guys? Should Captain Falcon put his life on the line? Nominate up to 4 victorious survivors. He could just insta-die. I don't want anyone to die. Amoongus is not. Ike is not. I wouldn't do this with anyone except high statted. Let me look at the first trial again. Make sure I read that right. Adding half your courage rounded up. So yeah, we would add 2 courage. Which means it would be impossible to die in the trial of valor. So I just have to avoid rolling a 1 and then avoid rolling a 1 or a 2 on the third one. If I made it that far. So I doubt. Okay, we'll try it. Captain Falcon is the only one. He's gonna go spelunking of death. Death Spelunker Falcon. Oh my god! I almost cried for Falcon. He made a 9. So, beneath the passage of bones, he found a secret entrance, and he was compelled to attempt the trial of valor. Yo, Captain Falcon, if you can get this jewel right now. Oh my god, we got an 11. We passed the may attempt the trial of wits. Falcon! 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 You can do it! Ah, it's a 3. Okay, he's alive. 3 plus 5 is 8. He fails, but he feels an unseen gaze. Gain a permanent luck. Wow, I feel like I could have had that if it rolled more. I'm just wondering. One proper roll away, we would have had the jewel. Get a luck, that's cool. Good job, Captain Falcon. Good job. Oh, man. Oh, that was exciting. At the very least. So we spelunked of death. Okay. Let me just go back to the Beetle Knights page. Group gains following rewards. First time you defeat the Dung Beetle Knight after they innovated storytelling. Add secret meeting to the timeline 2 years from now. We do have storytelling. So we're going to get a new story event, huh? Don't be bouncing. This is year 14, so 15, 16. Year 16. Secret meeting. I'll say Dung Beetle Knight story event. Year 16. Okay. Cool. Cool. Right. Anything else going on? The first time we defeat them. So this only happens once. Alright. Well, with that, we make it back to the settlement. So we return. Let me do this properly this time. Get back. I'll do the settlement event and then I'll probably call that the episode before we do the actual settlement phase. Undamaged Ike. Good job, man. I'll clean up the bottom tokens later. Man, my tank was undamaged too. Of course, the guy who got wounded the most. Ruto and Amoongus, the not tank, got wounded the most. Alright. We get a settlement event. And for Actually, I think we get 5 endeavors, and one of them has Tinker. Tinker is so good. Who has it? I know one of you does. You have it, Tinker. Okay. So, settlement event for Lantern Year 14. Hope it's a good one. Prophetic predictions. A young survivor wildly shakes and speaks in a strange language. Their eyes go white as they are struck with sudden extrasensory perception. Nominate the survivor with the lowest hunt XP. Add the title The Oracle to the end of their name. They gain 3 insanity, the coprolalia disorder, and the quixotic disorder. The survivors gather to listen to their new seer. All on the table below. Well, first of all, none of these guys have the lowest hunt XP. It's either Olimar. Olimar doesn't have XP yet, but I'd rather not nominate him because he's a savior. I'll roll off for who's nominated. Right, anyone who's got a colored background definitely has XP, because that means I took them out. Samus went out, Metroid went out at least once. It's one of the boys. 3 of the boys are tied. So for Roar, Gino, Olimar, and Kraid. So I'll roll. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Olimar. Alright. Get a 3. So Gino, let's put everyone else back. We'll just work on one at a time. Gino, you gain 3 insanity. You gain the Oracle. Gino Mushroom the Oracle. I'll put it in quotes so I know. He is the Oracle. And then Coprolalia Quixotic. Well, we know Quixotic is good. I don't know what Coprolalia does. I don't even know if we ever had that one before. There it is. You have compulsive tics in the form of sporadic muttering, cursing, whimpering, and screaming. All your gear is noisy. You are always a threat unless you are knocked down, even if an effect says otherwise. Okay. So he's got like a nervous tic from this event, and he is Quixotic. I can just copy the Quixotic from Falcon. Instead of digging in the deck for it. So Quixotic and Coprolalia. Just add these here. Move we'll go over the Dung Beetle Knight resources later because we got some interesting looking cards here. Alright, so those things happen, and then this guy needs to roll 1d10, I think. We gather to listen to our new seer. Well, you better say something intelligent. He gets a 2. Oh, God. Okay, 2 to 7. Visions of a terrifying monster ripping through survivors. Each departing survivor this year gains a random -1 attribute token. Search the settlement event deck and choose an event to write on the timeline next year. Do not draw another event next year. Archive this event. Do I archive this event? The prophetic predictions, or the one that I'm choosing? I think I archived this card. So, like, there'll never be... Yeah, it says archive this event, archive this event. So there's only one Oracle ever in the gameplay. If I rolled a 1, he would have died. If I rolled an 8... Okay, so I get to choose an event that's going to happen. But all my guys get a random minus attribute token. Alright, let me note that down first. Let's take out the... we'll use the speed token because the guy is like a cool looking warrior. So this will be our reminder again. We'll say departing survivors get 1 random minus 1 attribute token. Okay. I don't know why that... Oh, I actually can't fit it all. Name's too big. I didn't know there's a text limit on naming. Couldn't make it 1 more? Anyway. And then we get to choose a settlement event. This gets archived, so I'll just put it in this box. And we get to choose one of these. So let's choose a really good one. Ha! Is that corn climate? Golly gee. Skull Eater. I don't think we want to do that one. Yeah. Glossolalia. I don't think we want that one. Triathlon of Death. I've done this with my friends before. I would rather not. Flashes in the Distance. This is the Dragon King's event. Let's see. Departing survivors this year gain 1 survival. Surely the strange event is a sign of good things to come. Add glowing crater to either lantern year 8 on the timeline or the current lantern year, whichever is later. So this would be like a know nothing, do nothing. It would unlock the Dragon King for us, and I have him set to year 30 instead of 8. How easy is he to kill if they let you unlock him at year 8? No way he's that easy to kill. I'm like scared of fighting the dragon. Don't take flammable gear into this fight, by the way. He follows. 1 second, I am just getting a drink of my Gatorade. This might take a minute. Alright, let me say this. For those of you that don't want to stick around, thank you very much for watching. I'm not going to enter the settlement phase yet. We have no death count to update, but I will update the timeline. We have a lot of events happening. Oh, shit. The necrotoxic mistletoe. Say goodbye to a lot of our fair people. There's gonna be deaths. It might be okay, depending on how I roll, but I guess it's finally time. Alright, I'm gonna choose the settlement event later. I'll choose it off screen. I'll leave it as a surprise for you guys, since it doesn't seem to matter, and I don't want to go through that. What I do want to go through is updating the timeline, and then we'll be done. So I'll choose the settlement event off screen. We're going to update the timeline. Welcome to year 15. And the first story we have to do is the Hanged Man, which is... You know, I might be getting into a fight immediately with the places, everyone. Alright, I'll just leave it there. The Hanged Man. Manhunter. The Manhunter. Manhunter. So the Hanged Man. Suddenly, the mutilated body of a fellow survivor hangs in the center of the settlement. Their life snuffed out, put on display in a horrific fashion. Your ears become flush with a dull ring, and panic and fear creep into your mind as you struggle to comprehend what just happened. Reduce all survivors' survival to 0. Well, that's fucking annoying. I guess I'll do this real quick. Ugh! 0! Ruto! Lost all her survival. She did such a good job maintaining. At least nobody died. Because we're about to lose people. If I lost more people for that, I was going to be like, oh God. Just have mercy on my soul, please. Alright, this won't take too long. We can drag these 4 back into here. Then the girls. I lost all my survival. Oh man, I had stockpiles of that shit apparently. Huge stockpiles of that shit. Manhunter! You bastard. That's the Beetle Knight. We can close that. Alright. A tall, grim stranger stands before you, or the settlement, with eyes deeper and blacker than any you've seen. In its hand, a lantern with a distorted face emits a piercing light and a deep reverberation that fills the folds in your brain. With slow, soundless steps, the stranger advances. Call out in fright, but find you cannot speak. The only sounds that can be heard within the light of the bizarre lantern are those emanating from it. Outside of the light, no one notices the stranger. They talk in shocked and frightened tones around the hanging corpse, unaware of the danger lurking behind them. I swear to God, if you kill someone too, it's going to be really lame. Within this soundless, reverberating pocket of light, you bear witness to something even more frightening than the events leading up to this moment. Nominate a survivor to get a deranged expression. Okay. The deranged survivor stands limp, their face staring blankly at the ground, and the faces in the ground staring blankly back at them. Sensing something amiss, the grim stranger stops its approach just inches from the deranged survivor. Alright, we'll pick one of the boys we're not using. So, Kraid. Sorry, bruh. You're voted. You are the deranged survivor. Also, apparently you had a survival. I didn't subtract that? Did I not subtract all your survivals? Let me just, why is it going back up to 1? Did I just not subtract theirs? Was I blinded? Okay. Whatever. Fix the camera. Alright. You can't hear it, but you can feel it. A confident laughter that splits the deranged survivor's face nearly in half. You're filled with a desperate wonder as you watch them find something terrible and dark deep within themselves. Transformed by the intensity of the situation, the deranged survivor's expression is forever changed. You're unsure whether to feel afraid of them or envious. The deranged survivor gains the abyssal saddest fighting art and leads the settlement into battle. Special Showdown. The Manhunter is intrigued with the settlement. Add Special Showdown Manhunter to the following lantern used on a timeline. Well, we're past 10. So apparently we have to fight him on 16 and 22. Then have a Special Showdown with the Manhunter right now. Wow, shit. You'd have to fight him at level 3. For sure. We're going to have to fight him at level 3. I hope he's not that hard. Okay, so this would interrupt the settlement phase. After they conclude, the settlement phase continues where it left off. They don't make it clear when this goes, but I believe the other story events should go too. I don't know. I think we'll have to do them afterwards. So, special showdown is occurring. And Kraid gets Abyssal. This guy's got it. Abyssal Sadist. So I guess that's what Kraid's face looks like, kind of. So Kraid gets this too. We'll put it in his thing. And if you stuck around this long, that will be the end of our video here. So thank you guys for watching. Before I continue with the rest of the story events, we will fight the Hanged Man. Oh god, there might be a bunch of fights happening this year. Yeah, we'll fight the Hanged Man. I'll add him to years 16 and 22. And I'll do that stuff off screen. So I'll clean up and set up for a showdown with him. We won't move forward. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little something about how to fight that Dung Beetle Knight. Definitely a very scary fight. I think I held out okay, but that's because I had a club. I haven't attacked with my shields, but I could have been. Shields work too. But this bow is MVP. This bow is overpowered as hell. And I'm happy I have 2 copies of it. It'll be worth losing, people. Alright. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.